Question number 1. It's asking about addition with both polynomials in this question, so I'm just gonna add it. So we have the figure of m and t. So in asking about just adding up, which is addition, so we'll see negative 8r squared plus 11r minus 6 and negative 7r squared minus 9r plus 14, and we just add this up together. I'll say they're the order of the degree of the terms are basically the same because it start with square and just r and just r, and just a constant right here. So we can just add this up together, which is going to be negative 15 r squared, and 11 minus 9 is just going to be 2r, and plus 14. You can, if you subtract 14, you can subtract 6 out of 14. This is going to be 8. So I'll say negative 15r squared plus 2r plus 8 is going to be the answer. Gotta write this down. No, let's see if this is the answer. Yeah, that's the right answer. And next question. And it's asking about what is the degree of the polynomial. So if you want to find the degree of the polynomial, you always want the highest one. In this case, I'll say 5 is highest in this polynomial. So the degree of the polynomial is 5. What is the average rate of change of f over the interval -1 to 1? So average rate of change is actually called a slope, which is gonna be delta y over delta x, and this is also can be formed as f(x) is of final value subtract f(x) initial value over x's final and subtract x's initial. So it's telling you there's a -1 and there's a 1, so we can plug it in. Simply just plug it in. So if we plug it in right here, and if we plug it in right here, we can get the answer. Actually, because the initial value is actually here, so we gotta switch that up. My bad. Right here, right here. So if you put 1 in this f of x, it's gonna be 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus final value, which is -1, 1 plus 1 minus 1 over final value 1 minus 1. This is gonna be you're gonna -1, get 2 and 1 over 2. So it's gonna be -2 over 2, which is gonna be -1. That's the correct answer. Subtract 8y squared minus 5y plus 7 from 2y squared plus 7y plus 11. So it's telling you the from. So if there is a certain word from, it has to be the first place. 2y squared plus 7y plus 11. And you can subtract 8y squared minus 5y plus 7. And before you do this kind of stuff, you gotta make sure the degree of the terms are in the order, which I already checked, so we can continue. So this is gonna be -6y squared plus 12y plus 4, right? I think this is gonna be the answer. The last question. A trinomial with a leading coefficient of 3 and a constant term of -5. So as soon as we see this, what do they ask about? They're asking about pick the expression that matches the description. So there's the most easiest part is the constant term of -5, which is gonna be just a single -5. So we can get letter B and C out of because there is no constant value of -5, right? And it asks about the coefficient of 3. Coefficient is gonna be always this is gonna be your coefficient. So in this part, the coefficient of 3, and it looks like both A and D has a coefficient of 3. And it tells you about trinomial. Tri always means tri, triple. What's triple? 3. Always 3. So it's called polynomial. When we call polynomial, that means there's so many something plus plus this one single its terms, and we add them up together. This we call it polynomial over so we call this kind of form as a trinomial because it has 1 and 2 and 3 different nomials. So in this case, the D is going to be the answer because it has 3 terms, 1, 2, 3, and it made with the constant term of -5 and coefficient of 3. So D is going to be the correct answer.